Welcome to Flannel Farms. My name is Brian. This is a summary of everything you need to hotwire train your pigs or cows. First, you will need posts. Second, you will need a heavy gauge fencing or cattle panels. Third, you will need wire. Fourth, you will need a brain charger of some sort. Fifth, you will need some way to cut the wires. And sixth, you will need insulators. What you'll need to do is put the 4 posts in the ground, put your heavy gauge fencing around it. Make sure that these fencing portions are in sections so that they're easily removed. Attach the 4 fencing sections on the outside of your posts. On the inside is where you're going to run your hot wire. Your hot wire needs to be between 6 and 8 inches off the ground for the first row and 12 to 14 inches for the second row for pigs. And for cows, you need 2 rows, and it depends on how tall your cows are. That's it. Make sure their food and water is in there. Place them in there. Leave them for about 7 days. And then after 7 days, take 1 panel off, leave 3 sides on. If they stay overnight and the next day, take the 2nd panel off. If they stay, take the 3rd panel off. And if they stay, take the 4th panel off. And that's it. You have hotwire trained pigs or cattle. 2 very important things to note. Some pigs cannot be trained no matter what you do. If you have a pig like that, your best bet is to eat them or rehome them, whatever you decide. Second, your animals are much more likely to stay placed if they're happy, if their needs are met, if they have plenty of food, water, and shelter. So make sure you get that rolling, and after that, they should stay just fine. I'm gonna build one of those today, so you're welcome to stay and watch, but if you just wanted the down and dirty on how to do it, there you go. Addendum: you do not have to hang anything on your wires for visibility. Pigs can see just fine. You don't have to hang rags or zip ties or anything else. They'll know it's there. If you're leaving now, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video. All right, so we are now going to build one for our cattle. We did this for our pigs. You don't have to use T-posts. That's what I'm using today. I cut 4x4s, 8-foot 4x4s in half and buried them in the ground, and then used some heavy gauge wire that I cut into panels. But today we're going to use cattle panels because I have cows coming. So let's get busy with that. I like using T-posts because they're reusable and they're fairly inexpensive. I think they're $5 or $6 a piece depending on how big or how tall you go. We're gonna use cattle panels this time because next time I'm gonna do pigs. This one's for a cow. But the one-time investment in buying the cattle panels, I think these are $35 each. I don't have to fiddle around with bent up fencing or old trashed posts. Cool. So our basic structure is complete. Now we need to put on the insulators. Insulators go on super easy. Put the short clip on first. Pull it around. Clip. Looks about like that. Figure cow's about yay tall. Now if you were doing it for a pig, you'd probably put one here and like one right there. But we're not. We're doing it for a cow. I'm not exactly sure how tall this joker's gonna be, so I'm aiming it about that height. If we did put them at the wrong height, they're very easy to pop off. You just push that back clip and work it around backwards. Comes right off. This is a 1/2 mile 14 gauge wire. I like 14 gauge wire, it's a bit thicker. Not that much more expensive. You're not gonna want much, if any, slack in this at all. That way it doesn't electrify the whole fence and ground out. So I bought a handle for like a gate, and this hooks in and completes your circuit. So all you have to do is loop it into this back end here. They sell all sorts of fancy connectors and bits and ends for these kind of things. And you can spend a fortune on it. I don't recommend it. That will do just fine. So that's it. I've seen these on springs. I've seen these on all kinds of craziness. If you cut your wire too short, just loop it together. As long as this is making contact, you will shock. But leave just enough slack that you can unhook that. We can bring it over here. Hook it right there. Now we have a door. We're leaving this open currently because we're waiting for the cow to get here. So you don't want the wire to run where the cow has to walk through. So we'll leave it like this. Once they get here, that just bends open. We back the trailer up, put them in. Close that. I'll probably get some D-rings, little carabiners, clip that closed. You reach in here. Hook that up. And your training panel is ready to go. That's it. So they're just gonna need some water and some hay. Now they do make a longer insulator for these T-posts. I have actually ordered some. I don't think it's gonna arc, but in case it does, they make a 2-inch T-post connector, and that will push that wire off of the metal cattle panels. But this whole thing is reusable. So I can put the cows in here, we can let them do it, we can take these edges off. Once they get used to staying in here, we'll release them into the field. And then when I get pigs next, little baby feeder pigs, we'll run the wire around the bottom, put the pigs in there, leave them for a week, rinse and repeat. I've reached out to the cow guy. We're hoping that Monday is the day. We'll see. Lots to do, lots to do. Anyhow, I appreciate you joining us today here on Flannel Farms. I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that like button for me. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Your support means the world to us. Anyhow, thanks for growing with me as I grow. Grow as you grow. See you next time. Bye.